Sheryl Sandberg's tribute to her husband is among the stories being talked about most today.
And here with us now to share her take on that heartbreaking letter and also some other buzzed about topics is CBS This Morning co-host Gayle King. Hi, Gayle.
Hello,
Hey.
Meg. Hey, Glad. See, Meg and I got the shade of purple.
I know. Clearly, I'm always
I'm
out
going
of
to
sorts.
ignore that. But I love this Sheryl Sandberg story, guys,
so
because
sad.
it's heartbreaking, but yet it's so powerful. And the thing that struck me in that piece, because we've all done that, where you meet someone who has lost someone and you say, "How are you
doing?"
And you know it's a dumb question. You're
Right.
just trying to figure out, I need to say something. But just a simple word, if you say, "How are you today?"
Yes.
Didn't you think, Meg?
Powerful.
I think so too, and it just puts it all in context because I'm acknowledging I know it's not good, but I'm just checking on you today. You know, baby steps. I know it's.
Oops.
Oh, I didn't like that earring. Baby
Thank you,
steps.
Gayle. I love it.
You're welcome. See, baby steps, one moment at a time. I also like too when she said, you know, you have a choice here. You can make a decision to go into a void, or you can make the decision to choose life, and I'm choosing life.
And also, she talks about how she is blessed that her children are alive and taking every day not for granted. That's the most that you can do in a situation like that.
And what she said about her mom, that her mom is sort of holding her through, and that her mom is allowing her to cry even though she's holding back the whole thing from beginning to end. But she ended with this, I love this. As Bono sang, there is no end to grief and there is no end to love. I love you, Dave.
Beautiful.
And it's so true. We're all thinking about Sheryl and her kids, all of us.
We could talk about that all day. Let's move to another topic that's really getting a lot of hits, especially online. There's going to be a ruling by the FDA. They're talking about the little pink pill for women. As you know, there's nothing out there. What do you think is going to happen here?
Let's talk to you about that, Vlad.
You want my opinion? The control room is already screaming, "No, Vlad, chill out."
No, this is what I want to ask you. It is so unfair to me that men have several options.
More than 20, I think.
More than 20. And women, to date, have no options.
So here's what I think.
To help us in that area.
You know, it's interesting. We were talking to Dr. Narula about this, and the idea that the pills that exist for men are all biochemical pills. They rush blood.
It's not about your libido. It's really about the plumbing. It's about to put it very loosely.
And I think that for people, men or women, to take another pill for something that is probably due to psychological reasons is probably one pill too many. I don't know. I mean, if you're taking a pill just for sex, and she says you have to take it every day.
Yeah, I know.
That's a pill that you put into your body just for a thing that happens maybe once a week, or you know.
And once again, they're so different.
Well, who knows if it'll be once a week?
Well, I don't know, but I'm getting old again.
You're tired.
I'm retired. I work 15-hour days. You do too.
Yes, you're speaking to the choir over here. But I do. The once a day I thought was a little troubling, but I'm just encouraged that they're even looking at it again for the third time. I think Dr. Tara Narula doesn't think it's going to pass. I don't know what's going to happen, but they've gotten more publicity than ever before. The meeting, I just saw a shot of the meeting of the people who were there. The turnout is bigger than it's ever before. So I'm optimistic. But that said, you want it to be safe. And they've raised some very interesting issues about the pill. So we shall see.
Let's talk about another story that's burning up the internet today. This skinny ad. This model.
Have you seen this woman?
I've seen the picture. I've seen the ad. There is something disturbing about it. If I look at it, what is you had the deputy editor of advertising age on CBS This Morning.
Who came on this morning. Listen, I just look at her legs.
Look at that.
My arm is the size of her leg.
The forearm.
I didn't look like that in 6th grade. There are a couple of things that are disturbing. You can see the rib cage if you look closely, and I don't understand the pose.
No.
What exactly is she supposed to be selling? But what's interesting in the UK, one person can complain. One person, a consumer, it doesn't have to be an official. An action is taken. Here in this country, it takes a lot more. It takes a lot more to get an ad removed. So I like the message that it's sending, that at some point you have to say enough is enough. The fashion industry always says we're going to show more realistic figures, and then you come up with an ad like that. You know, I said to Natalie Zamuda this morning, how many people had to approve this ad before it actually made it into the public arena?
Right.
A lot of people did, so a lot of people think it looks okay.
I don't know, and like, you made a great point, Gayle. What are they trying to sell?
Yes.
I don't know. What would you guys, what would you be looking to buy?
Especially with your children and the message it sends off to the next generation. I mean, I feel like we're always trying to say you look healthy, you look strong, and then you look in the magazine and see something like that. We don't have a lot more time. We want to talk about the Triple Crown.
Make always time for you.
And we are pulling for American Pharoah.
That's right. Are you a big horse racing fan?
Well, you know, I wasn't, Vlad. I went to the Kentucky Derby for the first time last year.
Okay. I'm sure you wore an awesome hat.
Oh, I did. I had a hat specially made because all I had is baseball caps in my closet. But I was so impressed with what, you know, it's a 2-minute race.
Yeah.
All the fanfare that goes into this 2-minute race is so exciting. So now that American Pharoah, they say, is closer than anybody else.
Yeah.
That could possibly pull it off.
Affirmed was the last one.
I like the excitement of it all.
Why is the Belmont so elusive, do you think, to wrap up the Triple Crown?
Well, because they say the horses are tired. Yeah. So if they've done the Kentucky Derby and they've done the Preakness, by the time you get to the Belmont, the horse is just plain tired.
I know that feeling. What about the breaking news? Is Charlie buying a horse and a horse farm? We heard him mention something like that on.
No. What happened is after the piece ran, Nora said, "I want a horse."
Oh, right.
That's how it started. And Charlie said, "Well, you could have one."
Right.
He didn't say he was going to buy it. He just said, Nora O'Donnell, if you want a horse, you could have one.
You can have one.
That's how it started.
Gayle King, it's always great to have
you. Thank you so much, Gayle. Please come back.
I love being invited.
I know. We're going to have you on.
I come every time I'm invited.
You hear that?
Just saying, Moshe. I'm right next door.
That's what they're saying.
I love you name-checking our EP.
Thank you, Nick.
We're back.
Thanks
so much, Gayle.